moved from Ontario to Quebec. One of the reason is the expenses really better, like compared to Ontario. Um, this Quebec is really better. If you compare in rent wise, I used to live in London, Ontario. Here, in the map, you can see this was my location, and currently I am in here in Montreal. And you can see the price like that. This is the rental rate and everything. Here, this is for the Ontario, and this is for the Quebec. In Ontario, there are only only few cities you can like survive well. Toronto is one of them. London is a big city. I used to live in Windsor as well. If you look at Toronto, I am currently looking at 2-bedroom apartment. This is a website called CHMC. This is real real statistics from the government. This one doesn't lie because I compare my rent right now in Montreal. For the 2-bedroom apartment, it's based on the units. Like there are 3 to 5 units apartment, 6 to 19 units apartment, and so on. If you go for the bigger units, the rent is going to be a little bit high. Currently, I'm in this range, like 6 to 19 to 20. I think my current one is 20 to 49 units. Okay, because this is like 3-floor apartment. And if I go to Montreal, here we go. Montreal, it's 1,335, and which is accurate because I'm currently paying 1,300 only for my rent. And if you go for the smaller ones, you could pay less. And the thing is, the difference I see with Quebec and Ontario is, in Quebec, in order to survive, you need to know French. But in two cities, you don't need to know French. Like if you are living in Montreal, you don't need to know French. You can survive with English because every shop I go, people are bilingual. They speak English and French as well. And Greater Montreal is very also survivable. Like if you see, this is Montreal. Above that, there's Laval and this Kirkland and so on. And also Longueuil. These cities are kind of mixed with English and French. So if you just know English, you can survive in this area. But if you go other areas, you're not going to be okay because it's only going to be French. Even the Quebec city, it's hard to survive with English only. You can survive in Quebec city, but with the English alone, it's going to be kind of hard. And Montreal city and Gatineau, these are the two cities you can survive well with the English. Montreal is a bigger city, but Gatineau is it's also kind of big, but it's not as much big as Montreal. But Gatineau has a advantage that it's close to Ottawa, which is in Ontario. That if you live in Gatineau, you have two benefits. Because if you look at the Gatineau is right here. Let me look at that. So Gatineau is right here. The rent is almost the same, but here it's kind of expensive, the rent also. Because the same thing, I'm in Montreal, I'm paying less. Like I'm paying 1,300, but in Gatineau is kind of expensive. So I would say Montreal is actually better than compared to this. But one of the thing is, when you see the difference you in Quebec is like the gas price will be 20 to 30 cents higher than Ontario. But if you are in Gatineau, the Ottawa is closer, so the gas price is going to be low, 20 cents, 30 cents. But compared to rent wise, Montreal is actually better. And even the weather is better in Montreal than Gatineau, because Ottawa weather I looked at every time, it's actually kind of worse than Montreal. Okay, so these are the differences. Just by moving from Ontario to Quebec, you save like $600 some dollars. Because I used to live in, if you look at Toronto, Toronto is like 1,900, 1,850 for the 2-bedroom apartment. But the same thing in Montreal, it's also a very big city, and even the insurance is like very cheap. Like you can get the insurance like $50, but in Toronto it's like $300. So compared to that, Montreal it will really serves you money.